Should still be up.
Welcome to Nelsonville-York Sports Network, brought to you by McFadden Insurance.
And welcome to Nelsonville-York Football, live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. We want to give a quick shout out to all the sponsors who help make this stream possible. Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Nick Station, Air Claw Heating and Cooling, Farmers Bank, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Cajun Island at the Bridge, which will be opening in late November, First National Bank, the Gem Sports Bar, Hocking Valley Motors, and the Lodge at Hocking College. We are live from Farmers Bank Stadium in Pomeroy, Ohio, on the campus of Meigs High School, as your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes travel on down 33 to take on the Meigs Marauders in a TVC Ohio matchup.
Yeah, and the Buckeyes are looking to defend their undefeated record here, right? They just came off of an incredible comeback win last week, taking the lead in the last minute of the game. They have some momentum on their side. They have that energy stored up from a week ago. So the Meigs the Marauders need to be at their top of the top of their game all night here.
The Meigs Marauders come in with a record of 2-3. Week 1, they lost to Eastern 23-19. Week 2, they lost to Sims Valley 56-42. Week 3, they went on the road to Liberty Union, fell short 56-21. In Week 4, they took on TVC Ohio opponent Benton County and won 36-6. And just last week, they traveled down to River Valley where they pulled out the win 52-6.
Yeah, and going from giving up 135 points in the first 3 weeks of your season to only giving up 12 in the next 2 really makes you wonder what kind of Meigs team you're going to see tonight against the Buckeyes.
Not only has their defense been good the past 2 weeks, but for the most part all season, their offense has been very good, putting up 42 points and 52 points as their season highs. They are led on offense by their quarterback, junior Gunnar Cleveland. He is the number 6 QB in Division 5 for passing yards and the number 24 in the state, regardless of division. He's thrown so far on the season for 1,074 passing yards, averaging right around 214 per game. He's thrown 14 touchdowns to 5 interceptions with a roughly 62% completion.
Yeah, and 214 yards per game is very impressive at this level, and he has been very good, and he's even helped out and made even better by his favorite target, Griffin Hudson, the wide receiver.
Griffin, another junior, is the number 10 receiver in D5 for receiving yards. On the season, he's got 430 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns, averaging right around 14 yards per catch and 86 yards per game.
Yeah, and the Buckeyes come into this game 31-14 all-time against the Marauders, looking to add one more in that win column.
Their last loss to the Marauders was back in 2015, and that was before Coach Richards took over this team.
Yeah, and that's just Rusty Richards. He was an immediate impact. I believe it was River Valley, who he is also undefeated against. Just a great coach for this Nelsonville team and has had a lot of success.
Buckeyes coming off a huge win last week against the Waterford Wildcats. Went down early in that game, 21-7 at halftime. Made some adjustments, came out and held the Wildcats to 1 touchdown in the second half and pulled out a 29-28 win off an incredible late drive, late in the fourth quarter. They got the ball with about 3 minutes, scored with 1 minute to go, and they didn't go for just 1 point on the PAT. They went for the 2-point conversion and converted it. When I talked to Coach Richards this past week, he knew that they were going for 2 when they got the ball with 3 minutes to go. He knew what play they're going to run. They practiced it during the week leading up to Waterford. He watched how the Wildcats lined up on the PATs throughout the night, and he said, I know we got this. So as soon as they got the ball, he went to the guys and said, hey, we're going for 2. We know what we're doing. Let's go score.
Yeah, and that's just what you want from a coach like Rusty Richards. He is truly a leader for this team. He knows what he wants, and he's going to get it. He's playing for the win at any given moment. That Waterford offense in that first half did get 21 points. Their option attack had the Nelsonville defense confused for what seemed like the first time this year, as they had lived in the backfield of their other opponents. But in that second half, they shut them down and held them to only 7 points.
The Buckeye defense will have a challenge this week with this Marauder offense. As we said earlier, they've got a great quarterback, a great receiver. We're going to have to know at all times where Griffin Hudson is lining up. Not only will he take snaps as a receiver, but he will also take snaps in the backfield as a running back.
Yeah, a guy like that, you're going to want to get the ball in his hands as much as possible. They're going to get him in the backfield. They're going to get him out on screens. They are going to get him downfield on deep routes. He is going to be where Nelsonville's defense eyes have to be at all times.
We are live on the road at Meigs High School. It is the 57th homecoming game for the Marauders. They are 36-20 all time in their homecoming games. They have played Nelsonville-York 11 times on their homecoming. Nelsonville has spoiled their homecoming 8 times.
Yeah, 8 times out of 11 on homecoming, when their actual homecoming record outside of us is pretty good. I mean, if not great. They would have only lost 12 games to any other opponent. But Nelsonville just, for some reason, gets that upper edge in these games.
Both teams are undefeated in TVC Ohio. Nelsonville got their only win of the TVC Ohio campaign against River Valley. The Marauders have knocked off River Valley and Vinton County. So these are 2 almost powerhouses in the TVC Ohio. Your Buckeyes are trying to defend that championship they won last year. The Marauders trying to spoil that repeat.
Yeah, just 2 great TVC teams. It's going to be an exciting game tonight. I will tell you that for sure.
The Marauders are lining up to take the field. We will see them here in just a moment in their red jerseys and red and gold helmets. We'll be right back after a word. You are watching Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
As we come back to Farmer Bank Stadium, you're watching Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media, presented by McFadden Insurance. The Marauders and Buckeyes taking the field at the same time. Your Buckeyes in their all whites with the orange helmets. Marauders all red with the red and gold helmets. We were saying before we came on air, this gold really pops on the Marauder helmets.
Yeah, and what is interesting to me is that it's not the exact same color as their actual logo. It's more golden than yellow, really. They go from Arizona State in their logo to a little more Boston College in their uniforms and helmets.
We are right around 1 minute till kickoff as we come to you live from Farmers Bank Stadium in beautiful Pomeroy, Ohio. We are down by the Ohio River. It is a gorgeous night as the sun sets over the hills. We are ready for some Friday night football live here on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance.
Yeah, and the vibes in the stadium are just right. They feel like every other Friday night football game. It is great weather, great smells from the concession stands. and just a great view as we look out over these hills with the sun setting over them.
Buckeyes again come into this game 5-0. Marauders 2-3. The Marauders riding a 2-game win streak coming into this game. They are both teams undefeated in the TVC Ohio. We are in for a treat, folks. This is going to be a great game. The Buckeyes won the coin toss, deferred to the second half, so we will see the Marauder offense first here tonight. Sullivan will be kicking off for the Buckeyes. And we are set, ready to go. We are underway. And the kick is muffed by the Marauders back at the 15. Able to pick it up and get out past the 25, and they will start their first possession right at about the 28-yard line. And that's where we'll see the Marauder offense led by Gunnar Cleland, their junior quarterback. We will see them for the first time here tonight.
Yeah, that was a great recovery by that kick returner. I did not see who that was, but he did muff the kick at first, but he still managed to get it out to the 27, 28-yard line, it looks like, which just great play.
Cleland lines up in shotgun with Beckham Blackson at the running back position. He's got two receivers each side, and we go in motion with Nash Yates. And it will be a handoff right up the middle. And they will pick up about 3 or 4 yards. And it'll be second down for the Marauders.
Yeah, they're going to try to get this defense thinking run before they start to really get into the swing of what their offense is about, which is that passing game, which has just been electric this season.
First pass for Cleland goes incomplete. Yates was his intended receiver and threw it just a little bit over him, and that'll bring up third down for the Marauders on their first drive here tonight.
Yeah, and that was Buckeye Austin Gautier in coverage there, which kept it pretty close. I wasn't sure if that was a breakup or a drop. I couldn't really see from this angle.
Back in shotgun is Cleland. They have trips out to the left. Go into that screen pass. Overthrows his receiver. Intended was Griffin Hudson, his favorite receiver on the season. And just overthrew him a little bit, and that will bring up fourth down for the Marauders.
4th and 6 here, and your first down of the game is not where you want to be. Just great defense by Nelsonville. They really kept their eye on the ball.
Buckeye defense starting strong. Looks like the Marauders are going for it. Cleland lines up and will short punt. And it will roll back to about the 40-yard line. I don't know if they were trying to trick them into think they were going for it, but I mean, only 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage is a little risky on a punt.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan was there. It's 4th down. I mean, just punt normal. There's no reason not to.
They're lucky that didn't get blocked. It looked like it was about to, but he got it off. Got it down to about the 40-yard line, and that's where we will see the Buckeye offense for the first time tonight, led by quarterback Cameron Sullivan.
Yes, they are gifted with great field position here. Right at it looks like they're going to mark it at the 41. So they're in great position to get some points on this drive.
Gautier will line up, or Sullivan under center, Gautier in the backfield. And they pitch it out to Gautier. Runs over one guy before getting tackled by Braden Gable.
Looks like about 4 or 5 on the carry there.
He will pick up right around 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Buckeyes. Sullivan going back under center with Cunningham and Gautier in the backfield.
Yeah, here's that magical I form that they seem to have so much success with so far this year.
And handoff to Gautier. Makes one guy miss, falls past the first down yard line, and will get into Marauder territory, picking up about 15 on the play.
Yeah, that was just a great run. He did not stop when I thought he was going to. He was met with a defender right at the line of scrimmage and spun out of it and spun out of another tackle and just kept going.
Made one guy miss and made the second guy miss, and then picked up the first down. They go to Dakota Cunningham right up the middle, and he is stuffed by about 4 Marauder defenders, and it'll be no gain on the play.
I like what they're doing here. They are mixing up their handoffs a lot. They handed off to Gautier in 2 different ways and then gave it to their fullback, really trying to make this Marauders defense guess.
Back to that I formation, the Buckeyes go. And they go to Gautier and gets tripped up by Beckham Blackston. He got blocked to the ground but was able to catch that foot and trip him up. And that'll be 3rd and 8 for the Buckeyes. We've got Hodgson and Thompson lined out wide. Cunningham and Gautier in the backfield. And Sullivan keeps it, pitches it out to Gautier on the option. And they will give him the first down. And the Buckeyes keep this drive alive.
Yeah, like I said, just mixing up not only who you're giving the ball to, which I guess there was only one mix-up in that sense, but mixing up how you're giving the ball off. They have been doing handoffs and pitches outside. That time it looked like it was a intended option play and not a scripted pitch. Just a great play calling.
Buckeyes back in the I formation. Both receivers line up to the right. And they give it to Walker Stone on the handoff, and he will pick up about 4 yards on the carry.
Yeah. Walker Stone, once he gets the balls in his hand, he is electric. It's just so many yards per carry and per catch. I don't have it written down, but
they go right back to him. Burst through the hole, and that is a touchdown, Buckeyes.
And that's just what I was saying. He is electric with the ball in his hands. He is able to elude defenders like nobody else.
Walker Stone running for about 30 yards on that carry, picking up the touchdown. Your Buckeyes go in front, 6-0. Now we go to the PAT with Grant Elliott kicking, and I believe that's Levi Sneddon holding for him. Snap down, hold good, kick up, and it is no good.
We were lucky enough to not see any missed PATs by this Buckeyes team last week. Not off to a great start on that front, but the offense looked incredible on that drive.
The offense did indeed look incredible, keeping it on the ground the entire time, picking up first down after first down, going through Gautier and Thompson, going through Stone, my bad, and picking up the touchdown to take the lead 6-0 here in the first quarter. Their defense forced a 3-and-out on the first drive, and their defense looking to stay tough and keep this Marauder offense off the field as much as they can.
Yeah, I should say through the first 4 weeks of the season, Walker Stone had a lot of big plays. He was kind of quiet last week, but it's nice to see him back to form.
Sullivan getting ready to kick the ball away here for the Buckeyes. Deep for the Marauders is Griffin Hudson, and it will be returned by Demetrius Tackett, and he gets taken down by Jackson Blake. That was a great return for the Marauders.
Yeah, and potentially a touchdown-saving tackle for Blake there at the 50.
You looked like he was getting blocked out to the sideline, got off the block and made the tackle. Refs are congregating together, and we will see what they are I can't tell what they're talking about. I don't know if there was...
I think it might just be a spot of ball discussion. They haven't moved the chains yet, so that would be my guess, but I cannot guarantee that. Oh, there's a flag.
They are picking up a flag. There was a flag on the play, and they decided to pick it up, so no flag. It will be Marauder ball at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, that was my bad. I did not see the flag thrown in the first place.
So 1st and 10 for the Marauders. Griffin goes into shotgun. He's got 2 receivers either side of him. Motion man, drop back to pass, and he hits Owen Tracy for the reception.
Pass complete to Owen Tracy.
Not sure who that was for the Buckeyes. Number 88 is not on our roster.
That will be a 1st down for the Marauders as they get into Buckeye territory.
Is that Noah Loge there wearing 88 tonight? Yes, that is Noah Loge. He's on our other roster as 88, but not on the one I was looking at. That is my mistake.
It looks like we got a false start on the play. That'll be 1st and 15 for the Marauders.
Penalty spots the ball. The 45-yard line, 1st and 15.
Lined up out wide for the Marauders, Griffin Hudson, Isaiah Arms. And they drop back. They look over there to Hudson, who picks it up and will fight for that 1st down. And I believe they will give it to him. Yep, 1st down Marauders. And they are now getting deep into Buckeye territory, spotted at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that connection is exactly what the stat sheets say it is.
2nd down.
Nash Yates, Owen Tracy line up out wide for the Marauders. As they go into the shotgun here, Cleveland hands the ball off to Beckham Blackston, and he will go nowhere. Give him a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, we need to see more of that from this Nelsonville defense. That is how they dominated in the first 4 weeks of their season, was getting in that backfield right off of the snap.
So they did not pick up the 1st down. It will be 3rd and short for the Marauders.
Oh.
Arms, Hudson, Tracy, and Yates all line up out wide. Cleveland in the backfield with Blackston.
Yeah, if I'm Nelsonville here, I'm looking for the option.
Hudson goes into motion. They hand it to him, and immediately into the backfield is Caleb Layton for the Buckeyes, and he gets a big tackle for loss, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Marauders, 4th and 4.
4th down.
Looks like maybe they'll kick the field goal in shotgun here. Who knows?
Saw them punt out of shotgun. Looks like they're going to go for it. Arms goes in motion. They drop back. Buckeyes bring pressure, and it is completed for a 1st down to Griffin Hudson.
And he is just so good. Once that ball is near him, those hands will keep it there.
Marauders pick up the first down, get the ball at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, and it looks like they have their own star wide receiver covering the other teams, with Walker Stone lining up against Griffin Hudson there.
And the Marauders take a timeout. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back to the action.
Hello, I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
And welcome back to Nelsonville-York football, live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. We are live at the Farmers Bank Stadium in Pomeroy, Ohio, home of the Meigs Marauders, as your Buckeyes are on the road in this TVC Ohio matchup.
Yeah, the Marauders are threatening the Buckeyes here, getting close to the red zone, just 4 yards out on a first down. Buckeyes need to keep getting in the backfield.
1st and 10 for the Marauders. Cleveland lines up, hands the ball off. And that was Blackston on the carry, making it through the defense of the Buckeyes, getting taken down in the secondary. They will pick up a first down and get into the red zone for the first time tonight. This Marauders offense has looked quite good on their second possession here tonight. Their first possession went for a 3-and-out. This one, they got great field position at the 49 and are continuing to march down the field as they have 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Cleveland hands the ball back off, and Blackston carries it, gets about 2 yards on the carry before he is taken down by Walker Stone and other Buckeyes.
Yeah, I saw Caleb Layton doing a great job at getting his arms around the back there and bringing him to the ground with the help of the defensive backs there.
So this will bring up 2nd and 8 as the ball is spotted at the 11-yard line. Into shotgun goes Cleveland as he's flanked by Blackston. Drops back to pass. Pressure by the Buckeyes, and he is sacked. That is
Caleb Layton on the play.
Caleb Layton.
He has been great this year. He has really been a difference maker on this defensive line. He is very efficient getting into the backfield and getting those tackles for loss.
This brings up 3rd and long for the Marauders as they are trying to get into the end zone as your Buckeyes are on top 6-0 as we are under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, they are really utilizing this spread formation a lot here.
Drops back to pass, looks to the end zone, has a touchdown. Isaiah Arms wide open in the end zone. Touchdown for the Marauders.
Yeah, just great play design. Looked like the Buckeyes stepped back into zone coverage there and just lost him on that out route.
Griffin Hudson went underneath, and you know the Buckeyes were focusing on him this week in practice, and that left Isaiah Arms open into the end zone. And so as it stands, we are tied 6-6. We'll see if the Marauders decide to kick an extra point here or if they go for 2.
I wouldn't see.
They're lining up, going for 2. Cleveland in the backfield with Blackston. And they throw it over the top to Nash Yates, and they convert the 2-point conversion. It is 8-6 Marauders on top. We'll be right back for this next Buckeye possession.
It takes determination to create a successful business. It's never easy, but always worth it. It takes making a leap of faith. It takes patience and late nights to reinvest in a startup. But it also takes asking for guidance from dependable people, all to turn a dream into a reality. People's Bank, working together, building success.
And welcome back to Nelsonville-York football, live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. Your Buckeyes trail with just under 4 minutes to go in the first, 8-6. Marauders getting the touchdown and making the 2-point conversion. We will see the Marauders kick off for the first time tonight, as we see the Buckeyes take over for the second time. Kicking off for the Marauders is number 3, Beckham Blackston, the running back for this Marauders offense. Deep to return for the Buckeyes is Alec Thompson and Walker Stone. Thompson returns it, gets a decent return, and he will be tackled up near the 40-yard line. Spot him officially at the 39. Buckeyes on their first possession were a run-heavy team. No pass attempts on that first possession.
Yeah, and the way that Walker Stone came over to Alec Thompson as that kick approached them made me think they were going to try a lateral play of some sort. He came up right behind them like they were supposed to be right next to each other.
Sullivan goes under center with Cunningham and Gautier behind him. Out wide is Hodgson and Thompson. They are both wide to the quarterback's right. And they go right back to Gautier. Finds a hole, breaks forward, gets close to that first down marker before being tackled by Braden Gable.
And that was an interesting play call there. It looked like they used their left side of their O-line to come out and block the right side, like a power run of some sort.
So he will pick up 8 on the play. It will bring up 2nd and 2 for the Buckeyes. And they go back to that trusty I formation, go right forward to Dakota Cunningham. He hops over several linemen and gets very close to that first down marker. We will see where they spot it. And yes, they are giving him the first down.
First down for the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes get it now at the 49-yard line. And they pick up another first down with that fullback dive with Dakota Cunningham.
Yeah, and again, they're just exploring as many options on the ground as they can.
They go back to Gautier, breaks through a hole, breaks a tackle, and falls forward for about 8 yards on the carry, bringing up another 2nd and short.
Second down.
This Buckeye offense continuing to march down the field as they are officially into Marauder territory.
Yeah, and still no pass attempts from them yet. They are comfortable just exploring their ground game on this team.
They go back to that I formation, right back to Gautier, and breaks one tackle before getting taken down by
Gautier, the ball carrier.
Justin Klein on the tackle.
Klein on the stop.
And that'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the Buckeyes. Looks like they're going to go to a power front here. Expect a fullback dive.
Or a quarterback dive.
Or a quarterback dive. That is indeed a possibility.
Yeah, they got multiple scores from Cameron Sullivan's leg game last week.
They go to Gautier, fooled us both. He breaks through the tackles, and he is going to get down inside the 5-yard line before fumbling the football. And it will be picked up by the Marauders. Gautier had a great run getting down inside the 5-yard line before getting tackled and fumbling the football. And that is the first turnover on the night for either team.
Yeah, and the silver lining here for the Buckeyes is that they are deep in their own territory. They have primarily been running a spread option where they only have 5 people protecting the quarterback and have not had that much success in their run game so far tonight. So being backed up this far in their territory is at least a plus to that turnover where it was.
Marauders have the ball at the 4-yard line. Take a motion man, pitch the ball out. Into the backfield immediately are the Buckeyes. That was Blackston on the pitch out. He will get out of the end zone, but is marked down at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I was talking about. They have not had very high success blocking this Nelsonville defensive line so far tonight. And they just got right to the back there.
Buckeyes trying to pick up a safety to tie the score here. Quick pass play, one-handed snag. That was Nash Yates on the catch. The Buckeyes got right into the backfield. Cleveland had to get rid of it real quick. Don't even think he really caught it before he got rid of it, but the Marauders pick up the first down and get out of being right next to their end zone.
Great job on that RPO from Cleveland there.
The Marauders get a little bit of breathing room. They are now at the 15-yard line as we are under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Buckeyes trailing 8-6. Cleveland drops back, throws out to Blackston. He breaks a few tackles before getting taken down by several Buckeyes. I believe that was Cunningham who ended up bringing him down as we are under half a minute to go here in the first quarter. It'll bring up second down for the Marauders. There is a flag on the play. Refs are together discussing what the call is. They are gathering together, and we will get the call here momentarily. They will pick it up. That is the second picked up flag for the Marauders tonight. It'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Zone of the play. Ball spotted. 21-yard line. Second down.
Cleveland lines up in the shotgun. He goes out to his main wide receiver, and that is Hudson on the catch, and he will pick up the first down.
Hudson, the ball carrier.
And that is another first down for the Marauders.
Yeah, it's starting to look like they will need to dedicate a man to cover Griffin Hudson all game, really.
And as the clock winds down, I don't expect them to take a play here before the quarter ends. And they will not. That will take us down to the end of the first quarter. Your Buckeyes trailing 8-6.
I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started. It held 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Welcome back to Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. We want to give a quick shout out here to all the sponsors that help make this stream possible. The Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Nick Station, Airclaw Heating and Cooling, Farmers Bank, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Cajun Island at the Bridge, which will be opening in late November, First National Bank, the Gem Sports Bar, Hocking Valley Motors, and the Lodge at Hocking College. Your Buckeyes trail 8-6 here at the start of the second quarter. This is some familiar territory for the Buckeyes. They were trailing at the start of the second quarter last week, and in the first game of the season, they were trailing to Trimble early on in that. This defense is going to have to come up big as the Buckeyes got down to the 5-yard line before fumbling, starting this offensive possession here for the Marauders.
Yeah, this defense just needs to be a little more balanced, I would say. They have been great on the D-line, but not as great in pass coverage.
The handoff goes to Blackson, and he is met immediately in the backfield by Caleb Layton.
Yeah, and Caleb Layton has just been on one today. That is his third tackle for loss. I believe he is close to 85 or 90 on the season at this point. He has just been electric on that D-line.
He is living in the Marauder backfield so far tonight. That'll back them up to a 2nd and 14 as the clock continues to tick here. Snap goes, Cleveland drops back, and Layton immediately into the backfield again. Flags come out, and the pass is incomplete, broken up by Alec Thompson. And we will see what the flags are on the play here. It looks like it will be a holding against the Marauders.
Yeah, just another great play by Caleb Layton, getting in that backfield immediately, getting that immediate pressure on Cleveland was.
And they will decline the penalty, bringing up a 3rd and 14. The defense trying to get a stop here and get this Marauder offense off the field.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. I will always take 3rd and long over
a second and longer.
Yeah.
And Cleveland lines up in the backfield. Buckeyes get back there, get pressure, and he will get sacked. It is, again, Layton living in the backfield.
Oh.
And he brought down Cleveland real hard, and he is slow to get up. He has not moved since being tackled. We will be right back.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
It takes determination to create a successful business. It's never easy, but always worth it. It takes making a leap of faith. It takes patience and late nights to reinvest in a startup. But it also takes asking for guidance from dependable people. All to turn a dream into a reality. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
Athens County football fans, Tuesday nights just got even better. It's the Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, live from the Gem Sports Bar, presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ. Every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Join us as we talk from coaches from across Athens County about Friday night matchups, highlight the athletes making big plays, and give you the inside scoop on high school football all season long. Be part of the action and watch the show live at the Gem Sports Bar. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and connect with fellow fans, players, and coaches. And if you can't make it in person, tune in each week to catch every interview, preview, and highlight as Athens County High School football takes center stage. The Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, Tuesdays at 6 from the Gem Sports Bar, proudly presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. A special thanks to our additional sponsors, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Century Farm Market, Ocking Valley Motors, and
I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Welcome back to Farmers Bank Stadium, where you are watching Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. A hush has fallen over the stadium here as star quarterback Gunnar Cleveland went to the ground real hard. He did not move for a minute, but he was able to walk off the field under his own power.
Yeah, and that's always just a relief to see them able to walk off at the very least.
This will bring up 4th down for the Marauders. The punt is away, and deep to return is Walker Stone. Gets a great Marauder bounce, and it'll keep rolling down to the 35. There is a flag on the play, I believe. I thought I saw one come out. We will see what the call is.
I didn't even see where it was on the
It
field.
looked like it came out of the backfield. And I believe it was a false start or an illegal formation. I couldn't quite make out the ref's hand motions, but the Buckeyes decide to accept it, and they will repunt. The punter now standing in his own end zone. So this will be a 4th and 25 for the Marauders.
Yeah, and Caleb Layton almost got a hand in that last one, so this backed up, they might try to rush more than 3.
Punt is away, and not a great punt. Buckeyes screaming to get away from it, and it will roll down to the 49-yard line. Buckeyes will start in positive territory. We will see the Buckeyes for the 3rd time tonight. The last drive ended on a fumble inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and this is new to this Buckeye offense. They have not been getting very good field position so far in the year. They have actually struggled in that area, so it is nice to see them able to get more field position going for them. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought there.
Sullivan lines up in that I formation. I do not see any receivers lined up outside. He's got Cunningham and Gautier in the backfield. Fake it off to Gautier. Go out wide to Cunningham, who ran out and picks up about 7 yards on the play. That was a great play design by the Buckeyes. He had number 5, Gavin Levy, streaking down the field deep, but the Marauders picked it up, had him in coverage, so he dumps it off to Cunningham, and it will bring up 2nd and 4 for the Buckeyes. Handoff goes to Gautier and makes a couple guys miss before being tackled down by David Young for the Marauders. Buckeyes now have it at the 29-yard line as they continue this drive, trailing 8-6 as we are under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Stone comes in for Gautier at that running back position.
Yeah, and that's the guy you want to keep your eye on if you're the Marauders defense.
And they go to him. Breaks out wide before getting tackled down right at about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they were just not able to pick up that final block. Good defensive play, trying to stay on the outside of that blocking leverage by the Marauders.
2nd and 10 for the Buckeyes as they are just outside the red zone. Stone stays in with Cunningham also in the backfield. They go right back to him, up the middle, falls forward for about 9 yards on the carry. It'll bring up 3rd and short for the Buckeyes. Stone goes off, Gautier comes back in. And we will see what the Buckeyes do here on a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and we still have not seen any designed runs for the quarterback from them yet. They have done basically everything else that we've seen from them all season so far in this game, and that is the only thing missing.
Sullivan goes under center, hands it off to Gautier, bursts through the hole, picks up the 1st down, and that is a 1st down for the Buckeyes as they get into the red zone for the first time tonight.
That's right. Their first score came on a 30-yard running play by Walker Stone. They have not yet set foot inside the end zone. Their second drive was ended in a fumble on a play that started, at their 50? It was a long run that ended in that fumble. It was almost a touchdown.
It was a 3rd and 1 that they handed to Gautier, and he has had some fumbling issues so far this year.
Yeah, we haven't seen it in the past couple weeks, though, as much, at least.
And they go to Gautier, outside to the left, has the outside, picks up the first down, and Buckeyes will have it inside the 10-yard line at right around the 7-yard line.
Yeah, and that's one thing about this offense is that it is not just their playmakers. It is their offensive line, their tight ends, and their wide receivers making really good blocks on these run plays that allow them to get so far downfield.
Buckeyes have it 1st and goal. We will see what they can do here. They go back to that I formation. Hand it off to Dakota Cunningham right up the middle, and the Marauders will stop him at the 1-yard line.
And it took 5 or 6 people to bring down Cunningham on that play. Just strong, tough running. Stopped just short.
He powered through, and I thought he was going to pick it up, but there were about, like you said, 5 or 6 Marauders there to keep him out of the end zone. They go to Gautier, who gets into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown. Buckeyes go back on top, 12-8.
Yeah, no, I'm not even sure if he got touched on that play. Just clean gap right into the end zone for him.
And the Buckeyes looking like they will go for 2 here, try to get it back to a 14-8 lead. As Sullivan lines up in the backfield, Cunningham and Gautier as Thompson and Hodgson line up out wide. They go into that I formation, drop back, and throws it behind Thompson. He had Thompson breaking in and threw it just slightly behind him. So the 2-point conversion fails. Your Buckeyes on top, 12-8. We're right around 7 minutes to go in the first half, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
And welcome back to Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. We are live from Farmers Bank Stadium in Pomeroy, Ohio, home of the Meigs Marauders, as your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes are on top 12-8.
That's right. Last drive ended in a touchdown for them. Some great blocking and great running to get downfield.
Sullivan kicks it away, and it is returned by Demetrius Tackett, and he will give the Marauders fairly decent starting position. They are right at about the 34-yard line. And for the Marauders, their offense comes back out onto the field. For the rest of the game, I believe they will be led by their backup quarterback. Looks like it will be Nash Yates going under center for the Marauders. He is a senior, normally lines up at receiver, but he will go into the shotgun here. He's got Blackston flanked next to him in the shotgun. Drops back to pass out to Blackston and throws it at his feet. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Marauders.
Second down.
Second and 10 for the Marauders. They are trailing 12-8 here, under 7 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, and for the Marauders, the one thing on their mind has been number 73 for the Buckeyes, Caleb Layton, who has just been a game breaker for their offense.
Into the backfield immediately. Interception by Dakota Cunningham. Trucks his own man as he gets that interception. I believe he trucked Caleb Layton.
Yes, that was Caleb on that play. Maybe he's a game breaker for his own team as well.
Caleb Layton arguing with the refs, trying to get a flag thrown on the Marauders. Won't happen, but the Buckeyes got to be pleased with that, getting the interception. Their defense got into the backfield almost immediately and forced Yates into a bad pass, and that is an interception. Cunningham picking it up and getting the Buckeyes great field position as they start here at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, yet another drive starting in enemy position or in enemy territory. They're just getting very lucky with this field position, and here is where they can really start to break away from this game.
Sullivan goes into shotgun, flanked by Gautier. Walker Stone goes in motion. They hand it off to Gautier and immediately met in the backfield by Justin Klein, the sophomore outside linebacker, or the sophomore defensive lineman. He got into the backfield almost immediately and met Gautier, dropping him for a loss of 3 on the play.
Yes, that was a very successful play for this defense.
2nd and 13 for the Buckeyes as we approach 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Sullivan rolls out to his left, throws for close to a first down. That is Hodgson on the reception.
Yeah, great play design there, having the quarterback roll out to the left to pick up that comebacker by the wide receiver.
And that is officially a first down, Buckeyes. Hodgson getting the first reception of the day, I believe, and it goes for a first down.
I believe it is the second. There was that Dakota Cunningham screen. I'm not sure if that counts as a handoff. I didn't see if it was lateral or not.
Anyways, Buckeyes pick up the first down. Sullivan in shotgun with Gautier next to him. Stone goes in motion, and it is a quarterback keeper. Sullivan gets hit hard on that by Braden Gable, the sophomore linebacker. He will pick up about 3 yards on the play. That is not the kind of hit you want to see your starting quarterback take, but when you run him on designed QB runs like that, those hits will happen.
Yeah, that's just one of the risks you have to take when you have a guy as electric as Cameron Sullivan on the ground.
He goes into shotgun with Gautier. Looks like they're going to run the option. Flips it out to Gautier. Gets a great block by Hodgson. And is forced out of bounds by Griffin Hudson. Gautier had a great block on the outside by Hodgson. And that is one thing that Rusty Richards has praised a lot this year is his receivers' blocking capabilities.
Yeah, it just opens up so many more possibilities when you have guys that you can trust to pick up those big blocks on the outside. They are able to do so much more in terms of screen plays, outside runs, counters, all of those just because they have some wide receivers who can block for them.
Buckeyes back into the red zone. Sullivan lines up in shotgun, Gautier behind him. They roll out to the quarterback's right and get sacked. He will take a loss of about 9 or 10 on the play. Looked like a high tackle by the Marauders, but no flag on the play.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what was happening for Cam Sullivan there. Looked like he just wasn't able to get his eyes forward on the fake handoff quick enough and just got a little blindsided.
Buckeyes will have it 2nd and 19 here. Option back out to Gautier. Oh, gets tackled at the 20-yard line. Flag on the play.
Looked like that was holding from Grady Carlson. I could be wrong, but
it'll be a holding on the Buckeyes. And I don't think it Yes, it was accepted.
Now, we've seen them overcome these long drives or these long downs before. A couple weeks ago, I believe it was River Valley, they had 3rd and 30s, 2nd and 40s, and they overcame all of that and scored on those drives. So momentum killer, not so much for these Buckeyes.
This will be a 2nd and almost 30 as they are now back at the 30-yard line. And it goes right back to option to Austin Gautier, picking up several yards, getting it down to almost the 25. And that is about the 4th option play in a row that we have seen by the Buckeyes. It'll bring up a 3rd and 24, I believe.
Yeah, and that kind of option play only really works when it's taking them by surprise. Because once you know that it's coming, you can just put a man on the quarterback and the running back, and it becomes much easier to stop. But when you sprinkle it in every now and then, you don't have that extra man on the quarterback planned beforehand, and that's when things can get tricky for you on defense.
Sullivan goes into shotgun, drops back to pass. Marauders get pressure into the backfield. Pass, intended target was Alec Thompson, and coming in to break up that pass was, I believe, Nash Yates.
Ian Metzger on the stop.
That was
4th down.
N. Metzger on the breakup, and that was a touchdown-saving breakup by the Marauders.
Yeah, it really looked like he was open, but great job to catch back up to him and make that play.
So that'll bring up 4th and 25 for the Buckeyes. And as a design screen pass to Walker Stone, and he gets taken down by Beckham Blackstone, and that will be a turnover on down for the Buckeyes. The interception does not come back to hurt the Marauders.
Yeah, that was just some great defense towards the end. They really got locked in on what Nelsonville was doing and stopped them.
That holding penalty turns out to be very costly for the Buckeyes as they end up turning it over on down. So we will see the Marauder offense here for the 2nd time, led by Nash Yates coming in at backup quarterback. Marauders have it 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. This Buckeye defense lining up more in a 3 up on the line. That is something that Coach Richards talked to me about this week, is that they are putting in a new defensive set this week. And that is those 3 guys on the line rushing.
Yeah, and honestly, it's still been decently effective for them. They have been able to get penetration on that line even with just rushing 3. So that is really good. It gives them an extra man to protect against the pass. And yeah.
Marauders take the timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back to the action.
It takes determination to create a successful business. It's never easy, but always worth it. It takes making a leap of faith. It takes patience and late nights to reinvest in a startup. But it also takes asking for guidance from dependable people. All to turn a dream into a reality. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
Welcome back to Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. We're on the road at Meigs High School, just down Route 33, as your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes take on the Meigs Marauders. It is 12-8, your Buckeyes on top. We are under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Handoff goes to Blackston, and he is tackled, picks up about 2 yards on the carry.
Yeah, and that's one thing that 3-4 defense gives them a little bit more flexibility to do, is gives them a little more time, a little more patience to read that option, because they have a little bit more of a safety net in the middle of the field there.
The Marauders line up in shotgun, 2nd and 7. The handoff goes to Blackston, and he will pick up nothing on the play. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, bringing up 3rd and 7 for the Marauders.
Yeah, it is just really good what this defensive line has been doing, considering this is their first time playing in this kind of set. There's one less of them, and they have been playing like there's one more of them. It is incredible.
Back into the shotgun go the Marauders, and it is a quick screen pass out wide, and that was Owen Tracy on the reception, and he is met immediately by the Buckeyes, and they will take a timeout with a 1.5 to go here in the first half. We'll be right back.
I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started. They held 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Welcome back to Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. We're at a 1.5 to go here as the Marauders punt the ball away. That goes over Walkerstone's head, and the Marauders will down it at the 25-yard line. Buckeyes have a 1:20 to play with here as we approach the end of the first half.
Yeah, and this has just been kind of the story. Their 1 weak spot all season for Nelsonville was that special teams unit. They usually don't end up returning a punt. I would say 8 times out of 10, they just let it bounce as far as it goes.
Sullivan lines up in the backfield with Dakota Cunningham as they go into shotgun. 3 receivers out to his left, 1 to his right. Buckeyes have 2 timeouts to play with on this drive. Fake the handoff to Cunningham. Screen pass out wide. That is Hodgson on the reception, and he will pick up about 4 yards on the carry, and that'll bring up 2nd and 6. Sullivan rolls out to his right and completes the pass to Alec Thompson, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as we are under a minute to go here in the first half. Buckeyes have it 3rd down and about 4 to go.
Yeah, if they can score on this drive, that would be great for them because they do start the second half with the ball, and that would be a great opportunity to really pull away from this game.
Coming into the game is Grant Elliott replacing Sullivan at quarterback. He's got Cunningham to his left, 2 receivers out to his left and 2 to his right. And it'll be a design quarterback keeper. He runs backwards and will get tackled for a loss on the play. Gets tackled out of bounds. It'll stop the clock as we have 49 seconds to go here in the first half.
Tackler on the stop. 4th down.
Not sure what the intended goal of that play was. It looked like it was just blown up from the start, didn't get the blocks they needed, and he ran backwards.
And it will bring up a 4th and 8 for the Buckeyes as they look to punt it away. It looks like Tracy is deep to return for the Marauders. Clean punt. It'll bounce in front of, actually that is Griffin Hudson, and it'll bounce in front of him, and the Buckeyes will down it at the 27-yard line. The Marauders have 40 seconds to get down the field and try to get back into the end zone. They have one timeout remaining, and they will need to go about 70 yards and some change.
First and 10 for the Marauders.
Yeah, and that was actually one of the best punts I've seen from Nelsonville all season. Usually it ends up in pretty good field position, but to get it from that backed up in your own territory to the opponent's 27-yard line is really great.
Nash Yates goes into shotgun for the Marauders, and they will knee it and go into the half.
Yeah, I think that's a smart idea. They start the ball or the second half with the ball, and you don't really want to risk turning it over to them and giving them yet another chance to score, because that is where they could really hurt you.
We will go to halftime with your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes on top, 12-8. The Buckeyes have looked fairly good so far in this first half. They had one fumble in the 5-yard line, but their defense has come up big and kept the Marauders to one score so far in this game. The Marauders defense on the other side has played really well, keeping the Buckeyes to only 2 touchdowns and preventing them from getting a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it's just been a great job from this defense. They have really, for the most part, taken that passing attack out of the equation. There's been a couple big plays here and there, but for the most part, they've been pretty held up. That defensive line has been living in the Marauders' backfield. Particularly Caleb Layton has done a great job tonight at containing their quarterback and making big plays for their defense.
We are at halftime. We will take a break, and we will be right back.
I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
It takes determination to create a successful business. It's never easy, but always worth it. It takes making a leap of faith. It takes patience and late nights to reinvest in a startup. But it also takes asking for guidance from dependable people. All to turn a dream into a reality. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your continued halftime entertainment, led onto the field by directors and field members spanning the history of Meigs High School. Ladies and gentlemen, the Meigs High School Alumni Band and the Marauder Band. Please stand for the playing of the Meigs High School alma mater.
Welcome back to Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. Your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes on top, 12-8 at halftime. We will look around the Tri-Valley Conference. River Valley and Wellston are tied 0-0. And then in the TVC Hocking, Trimble is on top of Southern 22-20, and River on top of Federal Hocking 48-6. The first half of action, both defenses looked pretty solid.
Yeah, they both did a great job at playing the other team's options, playing their screens. I think one of the easier traps to fall into in high school football is getting too comfortable and using a play until it doesn't work anymore, which I feel like I've been seeing from both sides or both teams tonight. Just a little bit repetitive in the play calling. I'd hope to see both teams mix it up a little more in the second half.
Both defenses have a takeaway. The Marauders got a fumble recovery inside the 5-yard line. The Buckeyes picked up an interception. Neither team scored on their possessions after the turnover, but the Buckeyes missed their first PAT, so that put them on top 6-0. The Marauders came down, scored a touchdown, converted a 2-point conversion to go up 8-6. Buckeyes later then scored and failed their 2-point conversion, and that is how we got to the score of 12-8. Second half action will be coming up shortly. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Athens County football fans, Tuesday nights just got even better. It's the Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, live from the Gem Sports Bar, presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store on Pure Rock 105 WXTQ. Every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Join us as we talk from coaches from across Athens County about Friday night matchups, highlight the athletes making big plays, and give you the inside scoop on high school football all season long. Be part of the action and watch the show live at the Gem Sports Bar. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and connect with fellow fans, players, and coaches. And if you can't make it in person, tune in each week to catch every interview, preview, and highlight as Athens County High School football takes center stage. The Athens County High School Football Coaches Show, Tuesdays at 6 from the Gem Sports Bar, proudly presented by Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. A special thanks to our additional sponsors, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Century Farm Market, Hocking Valley Motors, and David White Services.
Welcome back to Nelsonville-York football, live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. We want to give a quick shout out to all of the sponsors that help make this live stream possible. Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Nick Station, Air Claw Heating and Cooling, Farmers Bank, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Cajun Island at the Bridge, opening in late November, First National Bank, the Gem Sports Bar, Hocking Valley Motors, and the Lodge at Hocking College. We are live from Farmers Bank Stadium here on the campus of Meigs High School in Pomeroy, Ohio. as your Buckeyes take on the Meigs Marauders. We had a great first half. Your Buckeyes on top 12-8. Buckeyes will receive the second half kick, and we will see their offense first here in the second half.
Yeah, which it's a great time to kind of take a deep breath when you get the ball first in the second half, especially when you're leading. It's a perfect time to just focus on your brand of football and do things the way you do it. And Rusty Richards doesn't really do things any other way than how Rusty Richards does it. So I think we'll see a pretty strong opening drive for the second half from these Buckeyes. Hopefully, again, a little more diversity in both offenses. It seems like they fell into ruts towards the end of the second half, about halfway through the second quarter. But for Meigs, there was a little bit more reasoning. Their star quarterback was taken out of the game, and he was just such a vital part of that offense that it was understandably tough for them to get things going without him. But hopefully they'll be able to find a little more rhythm in the second half.
We are getting ready to start the second half as your Buckeyes will get the ball first. To kick the ball away for the Marauders is Beckham Blackston, and deep to return for your Buckeyes are Walker Stone and Alec Thompson.
Here's there just waiting for everyone to get set, all the referees to get into their proper positions.
And we get ready to kick off the second half. Marauders kicking away to the Buckeyes. And we are underway here in the second half. And returning that for the Buckeyes is Holden Hodgson. He will catch it at the 36-yard line before going out of bounds. And that is where we will see the Buckeye offense taking over for the first time here in the second half.
Yeah, and Ethan, what are you looking to see out of this offense? I've talked about what I'm looking for. Haven't heard much about what you're looking for here.
I'm looking for the Buckeyes to stay consistent. Their running tandem of Gautier, Cunningham, and Stone has been electric so far this season. You gotta expect Coach Richards to rely on them as this game goes on. And Sullivan will start under center for the Buckeyes. He's got Cunningham and Gautier in the backfield. Two receivers lined up to the left. They will run it out to the left side. Gautier finds a hole before getting tackled for roughly a gain of 4. Flag in the backfield.
Yeah, it looked like two good blocks from our angle, but there could have been a hand in the wrong place.
There was a holding call on the Buckeyes, and that'll back them up 10 yards. Give them 1st and 20 from the 26-yard line. The penalties cost the Buckeyes late in the first half. They had the ball inside the 10 and then got backed up until they're back up to the 30-yard line where they had it 3rd and 30 and were not able to convert and turn it over on downs. Sullivan rolls out to his right, looking deep downfield, throws the ball deep, and that is picked off by the Marauders. Griffin Hudson on the interception. Intended receiver was Gavin Levy, and the Marauders get an early takeaway here in the second half.
Yeah, and we already know that Hudson has great hands, but usually we're seeing it for the offense. But this time he came up with a big play using those hands for the defense and getting that second turnover for the Marauders today.
Marauders have the ball at the 31-yard line after that interception. That is the second turnover by the Buckeye offense today. First one was a fumble inside the 5-yard line, and this one an interception. Flipping the field here for the Marauders. At quarterback is Nash Yates, a senior, and he has 2 receivers out to his left, 2 to his right, and is in the backfield. He's got Beckham Blackston. They hand the ball off to Griffin Hudson, and he is taken down in the backfield by Gautier and Cunningham.
Yeah, just really heads-up play from the Nelsonville defense. They were aware of who was in motion and where the ball was going, and it just ended up as a huge loss in a really great play for the Nelsonville defense.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the play and bring up 2nd and 17 for the Marauders. They go back to that look with 2 receivers out either side. Yates in the shotgun with Blackston next to him. Motion man is Griffin Hudson. And they go right back to Hudson, who runs up the middle, falls forward for about 1 yard on the carry, and it'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Marauders.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had balance right away there. Maybe I saw it wrong, but it looked like as soon as he got the ball, he was already starting to go down there.
3rd and long for the Marauders. We will see if they go back to the run game here. They've given 2 straight handoffs to Hudson. He lost 7 yards on the first one, picked up 1 yard on the second carry. They've got 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. They go out wide to the right. Intended receiver was Isaiah Arms, and it is an incompletion, and that'll bring up 4th and 16 for the Marauders as we have 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Marauders look like they will go into punt formation. Their first punt of the day, they tried punting out of the shotgun formation, and it was almost blocked by the Buckeyes. They go back to the traditional punt formation here. Deep for the Buckeyes is Alec Thompson and Walker Stone. Punt is away. It'll bounce, take a Buckeye bounce back into Marauder territory, and the Buckeyes will have it at the Marauder 48. We will be right back with more second half action.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
First play of this next possession goes to Gautier, and he runs forward for a first down, getting down to the 35-yard line for the Buckeyes. Just a reminder, you are watching Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. Buckeyes on top 12-8 as we are under 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Buckeyes with their second possession of the second half. Handoff goes right back to Gautier, and he is tackled in the backfield. That was number 26, Cooper Jude, on the tackle, the senior linebacker.
Yeah, at this point, I think this defense is a little more wary of those outside runs. They did a lot of them towards the end of the second half, or at the end of the first half in the second quarter, I should say. And they had not had success on the last couple tries of outside runs, but they just had a really good run up the middle, that I form that Rusty Richards loves so much.
Sullivan under center, pitches it out to Gautier. The Marauders are there to bring him down. N. Metzger on the tackle, and it will bring up a 3rd and long for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, and that's another play we saw a lot of towards the end of the first half. Looks like Gautier's coming off.
Stone comes in for Gautier, and they look like they will go back to that I formation. Stone has been an electric runner for the Buckeyes so far this season. And they go to Walker Stone. And there is a flag on the play. He will get back to the 35-yard line, and we will see what the call is.
It is in the backfield of Nelsonville-York, so.
Penalty marker on the play.
We will see. It looks like it's going to be it's a hold against the Buckeyes. The Marauders will decline, and that'll bring up 3rd and long for the Buckeyes. Correction, 4th and long for the Buckeyes. And will the Buckeyes go for it? It looks like they will. They've got Sneddon and Elliott coming on out wide to the right, and out wide to the left is Holden Hodgson, and I believe Walker Stone also lines up out wide to the right. Sullivan rolls out to his right, throws downfield, hits Walker Stone. They pick up the first down before he picks up the first down, and he is tackled out of bounds by N. Metzger.
Yeah, Alec Thompson was one of the key components in the win last week. He just caught that ball for Nelsonville. He ended up having a touchdown grab and an extra point grab, or a 2-point attempt grab, and was a huge part in that comeback win for them.
Cunningham lines up in the backfield with Sullivan, who's in shotgun. They go to Cunningham, runs up the middle, runs over a Meigs defender before being taken down by Braden Gable, the sophomore linebacker.
Yeah, and that's what I was wanting to see, a little more variety. I don't think they've done too many run plays out of the shotgun so far, especially just straight up runs up the middle. And looked like the defense had been pretty spread out, protecting from something else.
Gautier comes in for Cunningham, and they will run that option play right back out to Gautier. He gets tackled for a loss. There is 2 flags on the play. Looks like someone's helmet got knocked off. That was Caleb Layton had his helmet knocked off. And we will see what the refs call here as they huddle together to discuss what they all saw. But as it stands, it was a loss on the play for the Buckeyes. They went back to that option, and the Marauders snuffed it out immediately, got into that backfield, and brought Gautier down for a loss on the play. As it stands right now, it'll be, I believe, a 3-yard loss. Refs still huddled together, trying to figure out what they're going to call here.
Yeah, and the Marauders have done a great job at shutting down that option. They have just been keeping a man on the quarterback at all times since the Buckeyes started relying on that option heavily.
Still haven't gotten the official word from the refs on what the call was.
Looks like the head ref is talking to Meg's head coach.
And there was a hold on the offense that was declined, and then an ineligible man downfield on the offense, and that will be accepted, I believe. Okay.
An eligible man downfield, does that count on a pitch play?
I don't know, unless it was an illegal man in motion or not sure exactly what the call was, but it'll back up the Buckeyes. It'll back them up to the 31-yard line. So Buckeyes have it 2nd and long here. 2nd and 19 officially is what it is. Sullivan rolls out to his left, and he will keep it, and he will get back past the original line of scrimmage into the red zone, and there's another flag on the play. Might get a late hit on the Marauders.
Yeah, it did look like he slid and maybe another helmet came in there at the end of that play, but it could also very well be a hold on Nelsonville, as they have not been incredibly disciplined.
And yes, it will go against the Marauders. Personal foul, and I believe that gets tacked on to the end of the run. And that'll put the Buckeyes inside of the 10-yard line, bring them down to the 9-yard line officially, as we are under 7 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Buckeyes on top, 12-8.
And I don't want the penalty to offset the effort that Cameron Sullivan put on that last run. He didn't get the first down, but he got halfway there, and if that penalty didn't happen, it would be third and much more manageable. He did a great job on that play.
So Buckeyes inside of the 10-yard line. Cunningham and Gautier line up in the backfield. They go to Gautier. He runs forward, trucks over a Marauder defender, and he gets in for the touchdown. That is Gautier scoring for your Nelsonville-York Buckeyes.
And what a run that was from him. He just kept going and going and going. I'm not sure anyone can stop this man.
And that puts the Buckeyes on top by 10, 18-8. They will line up for the extra point. Grant Elliott to kick with Levi Snedden holding for him.
And it looks like the Marauders are playing a little bit of a safe field goal formation.
Snap comes, hold down, kick up, and it is good. Grant Elliott 1 for 2 on the day, and we will be right back with the kickoff for the Buckeyes.
I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started. They helped 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Welcome back to Nelsonville-York football, live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. We are live from Farmers Bank Stadium in Pomeroy, Ohio, home of the Meigs Marauders, as your Buckeyes travel down 33 for this TVC Ohio matchup. Both teams currently unbeaten in the TVC Ohio. Your Buckeyes on top 19-8 by way of a Austin Gautier 9-yard touchdown run. Kick is away, and the Marauders will let it bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And we will see the offense here for the Marauders.
It may have been a touchback, but that was a pretty good-looking kick. Had a really good arc on it.
Nash Yates trots back out at quarterback for the Marauders. And as always, he will be joined in the backfield by Blackston.
Yeah, Blackston has been a huge playmaker for this Marauders team so far in this one on offense and defense. Special teams.
They have 2 out wide to the right, 1 to the left, and I also believe Griffin Hudson has lined up, and they pitch it out to him, fumbles it a little bit, but is able to maintain the possession. And on the tackle for the Buckeyes is Caleb Layton. It'll bring up a second down for the Marauders. They pick up 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, and Caleb Layton has just been incredible all day. He is living in their backfield.
Back into the shotgun go the Marauders. They try to go a screen pass, and Yates fumbles, but he's able to fall right back onto it. Looked like that ball just slipped out of his hands as he went to pass it out wide. They had Hudson open in the screen, but
yeah, it might have been a low snap too. It looked like he had trouble getting it right off the snap. Whether it was wet or low, I'm not sure.
That'll back the Marauders up to a 3rd and 16 as they are deep in their own zone. Yates goes into shotgun.
And this is a time where Caleb Layton can really make a difference.
Into the backfield are the Buckeyes. Pass over the middle is incomplete. Intended receiver was Isaiah Arms, but there is a flag on the play. Looks like it was a holding against the Marauders.
It looks like that was declined.
Yes, declined by the Buckeyes. And that'll bring up 4th down and 16. And I believe we will see the punt team come out for the Marauders. The punter standing at his own 2.5-yard line. We will see if the Buckeyes bring pressure. Deep to return for the Buckeyes is Hodgson and Thompson. And the punt will bounce down at the 40-yard line. And the Marauders will down it at the 43. Buckeyes starting again with incredible field position, and they have done well here in this second half.
Yeah, and it's really impressive what this defense has done with only rushing 3 on any given play. We, at least since their last couple drives of the second quarter, have not seen them rushing more than 3 on a play, and they are still able to get that pressure on the exterior and interior of that offensive line.
Into the backfield for the first time tonight is Keegan Tomsha. Dakota Cunningham lines up behind him, and Cameron Sullivan lines up under center in that I formation. Out wide to the left is Hodgson, and to the right is Thompson.
Now, they haven't put anyone out wide in this I form in a while, so I'm curious what they're calling here.
And it'll be a handoff to Cunningham. Bobbled the handoff, but able to fall back to the line of scrimmage. He got tackled by Beckham Blackston, the junior linebacker.
And there he is again. I was just saying earlier, he's just been such a contributor to this Marauders team on offense, defense, and special teams. All 3 phases, just an incredible playmaker for this team, and they are lucky that he is only a junior.
2nd and 10 for the Buckeyes. And the handoff goes right back to Cunningham. Up the middle, makes some guys miss. Breaking tackle after tackle. He fumbles it, but the Buckeyes able to fall right back onto it. That was Caleb Morris falling on the fumble.
Yeah, what a save for Caleb Morris. Great awareness and great job just to fall on it and not try to play hero ball there.
I believe that was N. Metzger who was able to strip the ball out of Cunningham's arms. Luckily, the Buckeyes fall right back on top of it. And it looks like the Buckeyes going back into that I formation with Tomsha and Cunningham in the backfield.
Yeah, and that would have been the second takeaway accredited to Metzger.
Handoff goes to Dakota Cunningham. He goes up the middle, breaks through some tackles before being taken down by Griffin Hudson, the junior safety.
And Cunningham has been held in check most of the night, but he is breaking off some serious yardage on these past couple run attempts. I don't know if they just stopped expecting it up the middle because they stopped running it up the middle super routinely, but even then, when they would run it up the middle, they'd get a lot of yardage. So
Cunningham will get a well-needed breather here as Gautier comes back onto the field. Grant Elliott also came on, replacing Holden Hodgson. He lines up out wide to the left. Tomsha in the backfield with Gautier. They go to Gautier, who goes up the middle and gets met right around the line of scrimmage. That was Blackston tackling him, and that will bring up 3rd and 1 for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I'd expect a little bit of trickery from Rusty Richards here, whether it's a QB design play or maybe a fullback handoff, maybe even a screen.
Sullivan under center, and he will run forward, and he will pick up the first down. Blackson was there to help take him down, as well as Garrett Williams, the junior defensive lineman. So Buckeyes pick up a first down and get back into the red zone. As we are approaching 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter, your Buckeyes on top, 19-8. Cameron Sullivan will go back under center with Tomsha and Gautier in the backfield. Pitch out to Gautier, fake the pitch back to Elliott. Gautier will keep it, and he will get tackled on that far left side. Flag on the play. It looks like we'll get another holding call against the Buckeyes.
Yeah, and that was something we saw a couple weeks ago with the holding that had seemed to have gotten cleaned up. I'm not sure what is happening that is making them go back to their old ways to some extent.
It'll bring up 2nd and 20 for the Buckeyes. That holding call might be costly here. We will see. Walker Stone lines up in the backfield with Dakota Cunningham. One receiver out wide to the left, 2 to the right. Quarterback rolls out, option pass to Stone, who makes the defender miss and gets tackled down. That was Braden Gable in on the tackle, the sophomore linebacker.
Yeah, and great playing of the option from the Marauders. And that was an interesting way that Sullivan kind of came out of the snap. Like he almost did a spin move to distract or confuse the defenders. It was interesting.
It'll bring up 2nd and 16 for the Buckeyes. Sullivan going into shotgun, rolls out to his left, passes to Elliott, makes one defender miss before getting his legs taken out. That was Cooper Jude on the tackle for the Marauders, and it'll bring up 3rd and 11 for the Buckeyes. As we are under 1 minute to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and this is a perfect opportunity for Rusty Richards to break out some kind of trick play. Maybe even try to get it in the end zone on this play.
Gautier comes back in at the running back position. Dakota Cunningham in the backfield with him. Sullivan goes under center. We have one receiver out wide to the right, one to the left. And they pitch it out to Gautier, who will pass the ball deep down the field. And that is a touchdown, Buckeyes. The pass completion to Alec Thompson. You just talked about how the Buckeyes need to get a little tricky with it. And they score the touchdown off a touchdown pass by Austin Gautier.
Yeah, love to see a little flea flicker action. It's always fun. Great play call, great execution by the players. That's always one that's a little nerve-wracking as a running back, seeing people coming into your face and you have to get a pass off, something you're not comfortable with.
Gautier will throw the 21-yard touchdown pass as your Buckeyes go on top 25-8 with 14 seconds to go in the third quarter. Snap on the extra point is down, hold good, kick up, and it is no good, wide right. The score will remain 25-8. We'll be right back with more Nelsonville-York football.
It takes determination to create a successful business. It's never easy, but always worth it. It takes making a leap of faith. It takes patience and late nights to reinvest in a startup. But it also takes asking for guidance from dependable people, all to turn a dream into a reality. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Welcome back to Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. We are live from Farmers Bank Stadium in Pomeroy, Ohio, where your Buckeyes are on top 25-8. Not only can Austin Gautier run the ball into the end zone, he can also pass it into the end zone as he throws a 21-yard touchdown pass completed to Alec Thompson. Your Buckeyes are on top 25-8. Kick is away, and the Marauders will return the ball at the 19-yard line. That is Griffin Hudson returning the ball up to about the 29-yard line, and that is where the Marauder offense will take over.
Caleb Layton on the tackle there, and he's just been so fun to watch tonight.
We are 7 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We'll have enough time for about one play here as the Marauder offense trots back out there. Nash Yates lines up in shotgun. He is flanked to his left by Cooper Jude. He's got two receivers out to his right, two receivers to his left. We will see if they keep it on the ground or if they try to go deep here. Buckeyes lining up three on the line as they have done so much tonight. And the handoff goes right up the middle. Three Buckeyes in on the tackle as Hudson takes the carry right up the middle, and he will pick up nothing on it. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Score, Buckeyes on top 25-8. We will be right back with the start of the fourth quarter.
Hello, I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Welcome back to Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media Sports presented by McFadden Insurance. We are live on the road where the Buckeyes are taking on the Meigs Marauders live from Farmers Bank Stadium. The score, Buckeyes on top 25-8 as we start the fourth quarter. The Marauders have the ball 2nd and 10 to start the fourth quarter at their own 29-yard line. Buckeye defense looking to get another stop and give their offense another chance to get on the field and put some points up. This is a matchup of two teams that are unbeaten in the TVC Ohio. Your Buckeyes are 1-0. The Marauders are 2-0 in conference play.
Yeah, and I'm impressed with how this Nelsonville defense has held this offense in check. It is a very potent offense, and they have done a great job tonight.
Nash Yates in the shotgun, and he will hand the ball off to Cooper Jude, who will run forward for about a yard. That'll bring up 3rd and long for the Marauders. We will see if the Marauders try to keep it on the ground here or if they go to the air. Out wide to the left is Griffin Hudson and Isaiah Arms. To the right is Jeremiah Martin and Owen Tracy. Looks back to throw over the middle. That was Jeremiah Martin, the freshman, on the reception.
Yeah, that was a great job from him. He really got his hands on the ball, secured it, turned his body upfield. That is exactly what you want to see from that freshman wide receiver. And if I was the coach, I'd be excited about his development.
And that is a first down for the Marauders. They have the ball at the 40-yard line, trailing 25-8, under 11 minutes to go here in the game. Quarterback drops back, goes into shotgun, throws it out wide. That, again, is Jeremiah Martin, who, with the reception, he is tackled out of bounds by Austin Gautier of the Buckeyes. And it looks like they will give him about 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Marauders.
Yeah, and if you're a Marauders fan, I would be getting pretty excited about this drive. It looks like they're really starting to cook with something for the first time in the second half. First time since their quarterback went down, really, which was a tough blow for this offense, but it looks like they are starting to find a rhythm finally.
Yates drops back, throws the screen pass, and it is incomplete. His intended receiver was Cooper Jude, who lined up in the backfield and rolled out to his right. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Marauders. Yates probably going back into that shotgun. He's got 3 receivers lined up to his left, Arms, Hudson, and Tracy, and to his right is Martin. Snap goes, drops back. Buckeyes into the backfield immediately, flags on the play, throws the ball incomplete. Leighton in with some pressure, and we will see what the flag on the play is.
Now, that was a really interesting look from Nelsonville's defense. I don't know if you saw it, but they ran around right before the snap and switched around all their defensive linemen.
So we will get a holding against the Marauders, and looks like they will accept it and back them up. So the Marauders will get another shot at 3rd down, and they will be 3rd and 16 here. Yates goes into shotgun. 3 receivers out to his left, 1 to his right. Looks to his receiver to the right and overthrows. He overthrows Owen Tracy, and that is incomplete, and that'll bring up a 4th and 16 for the for the Marauders. This Buckeye defense doing their best to get their offense another shot at putting up some more points, and they are forcing the Marauders into punt formation here. Back to punt for the Marauders is Blackston. Snap down, punt up. It is a straight up punt. Buckeyes will try to get out of the way. It'll take a Marauder bounce, and we'll go back to the Buckeye 43-yard line, and that is where they will take over. We will be right back with this next Buckeye Drive.
It takes determination to create a successful business. It's never easy, but always worth it. It takes making a leap of faith. It takes patience and late nights to reinvest in a startup. But it also takes asking for guidance from dependable people. All to turn a dream into a reality. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
And Elliott in at quarterback for the Buckeyes, rolls out to his right, throws downfield, and the Buckeyes will have a completion. That was Gavin Levy on the catch.
Yeah.
And
great job. He got hit pretty hard right after that catch, and that was just really good hands to secure that ball.
And this will bring up 2nd and 1 for the Buckeyes. Elliott will go under center, and they're back into that I formation, the Buckeyes. Hand off to Gautier, runs up the right side, picks up the first down before getting tackled by about 3 defenders. Just a reminder, you are watching Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. Buckeyes on top, 25-8, as we are under 9 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Elliott will go under center into this I formation with Cunningham and Gautier in the backfield with him. He's got 2 receivers lined up to the right. Handoff goes to Gautier, makes one defender miss before getting upended. And I believe that was Beckham Blackston, the junior linebacker, on the tackle.
Yeah, that was a really good cut from Gautier there. I didn't see who it was that he faked out right at the line of scrimmage, but it was a good cut and a really good tackle from Blackston on the Marauders.
Buckeyes will have it 2nd and 7 from the Marauder 40-yard line. As the center accidentally kicks the ball, the ref will respot it. And we will go under center with Grant Elliott.
I never thought about that.
He's got 2 receivers lined up to his left. And blowing a stoppage. Looked like the play clock ran out. Refs talking about it.
Maybe he gets a little bit of grace period because the ball moved.
No, I don't know what.
Because I've never even thought about, what if they accidentally moved the ball before snapping it?
Refs huddling together to discuss if it was a play clock issue or if it's just a delay of game. I don't think I saw any timeout motioned by the ref. So it'll be a delay of game on the Buckeyes. And that'll back them up 5 yards. So it should bring up a 2nd and 12 for the Buckeyes. Yep, they'll march them back 5 yards. And 2nd and 12 officially for the Buckeyes, as they are back now at the 45-yard line. Elliott will stay in at quarterback under center. Cunningham and Gautier in the backfield. And Hodgson and Thompson out wide to the left. Go back to Walker Stone, actually. That was Walker Stone in the backfield, not Gautier. And he will get back to the 38-yard line, and that'll bring up a 3rd and manageable for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I was wondering when we were going to see Walker Stone again. I hadn't seen him being used by the offense that much since the start of the second half, and he's an electric piece of their offense. So I would really like to see him get a little more use in this game.
Buckeyes going back to that I formation on 3rd and 5, right to Walker Stone, and he will be stopped short of the first down. That was, I believe, N. Metzger in on the tackle for the Marauders.
Goebel on the stop, 4th down.
Looks like Grant Elliott coming in at quarterback. Last time he came in, it was for a QB run.
Looks like the Buckeyes will go for it on 4th down. Don't know if they're just going to try to. Nope, they will actually go for it. Cunningham right up the middle, picks up the first down. Snuck past the lineman and picks up the first down for the Buckeyes. And a timeout on the field. Appears to be an injured player for the Marauders. We'll take this chance to go to break.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
As we come back from break, The Buckeyes tried to go quick to a handoff, and a fumble happened between Elliott and the running back, and the Marauders recover, and they will have it 1st and 10. That is the Marauders' 3rd takeaway of the night.
Yeah, they've been really good at seizing their opportunities. The only one they missed was a forced fumble a couple drives ago that ended up being recovered by the offense, but they have just been really good at seizing their opportunities when the ball comes in their direction.
That is the 2nd fumble recovery by the Marauder defense. They had an interception also earlier this half. Sets them up at the 34-yard line, and it'll be a designed quarterback run. Yates will run forward and will pick up about 2 yards on the play, bringing up 2nd and 8 for the Marauders.
I gotta say, Nash Yates is such a good quarterback name. Like, you can imagine that being the name of an NFL quarterback.
2 receivers line up to the left, 2 to the right. Yates in the backfield at shotgun. He's got Blackston back there with him. Motion man goes. They will throw the ball to Hudson, and he will be forced out of bounds by Alec Thompson.
Alec Thompson bear crawling his way to push Hudson out of bounds. So, I don't know if he lost balance, but either way, good play.
It'll bring up 3rd and long for the Marauders. As we are 4.5 minutes to go here in this TVC Ohio matchup. Buckeyes on top 25-8. Yates lined up at shotgun as he's got 2 receivers out to his left. And in motion goes Hudson. It'll be a pitch out to Hudson. And into the backfield immediately is a Buckeye defender that appeared to be Isaac Spielman, who got into the backfield immediately for the Buckeyes. And he was able to trip up Hudson on the run. There was a flag on the play, but it looks like it was declined, and that will bring up 4th down for the Marauders. Back to punt for the Marauders is Blackston, and to return for the Buckeyes is Thompson and Hodgson.
The Marauders' last punt ended up going straight up into the air, so you want to see some improvement on this one.
It did take a good bounce, and we will see what happens here.
They've been bouncing it really well.
And it'll be fair caught by Holden Hodgson, and the Buckeye offense will take over right about the 33-yard line, and that is where we will see the Buckeye offense take over on this next possession, as we are under 4 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Buckeyes on top 25-8. And Cameron Sullivan comes back in at quarterback. Grant Elliott led the last drive for the Buckeyes. Sullivan coming back in as Gautier and Cunningham line up in the backfield. He's got 1 receiver out wide to his left, 1 out wide to his right. Levi Sneddon and I believe Grant Elliott is out on the right side. And the handoff goes to Gautier, runs up the middle, and will pick up about 2 yards on the play.
I did not see who made initial contact on Gautier in that play, but he did a really great job at filling that gap and stopping the run.
As the clock continues to tick here as we approach 3 minutes to go in the game. Buckeyes line up 2 receivers, 1 to the right, 1 to the left. Sullivan in the backfield, flanked by Cunningham and Gautier as he goes into the shotgun formation here. And the handoff goes to Gautier, bounces out to his right, gets a great block by Elliott, and will pick up the first down. On the tackle for the Marauders was N. Metzger, the senior.
Yeah, really great adjustment by Gautier there. The interior pressure of the defensive line came in immediately, and he quickly bounced himself to the outside and made something of that play that looked like it was going to be blown up so quickly.
Elliott runs out to the left side. On the right side is Levi Sneddon. Sullivan will line up in shotgun. He's got, I believe that is Cunningham to his right. And also in the backfield is Noah Arnold, the sophomore, getting some reps here tonight. And they go to Noah Arnold, and he is immediately tackled in the backfield.
Arnold, the ball carrier.
And
David Young in the stop.
David Young on the stop for the Marauders. And that'll bring up 2nd and 12 for the Buckeyes.
Officially hitting 2 minutes left in the game here. And it was a very entertaining game on both sides of the ball. Both teams tried their hardest out here tonight, and it was a very fun game.
Both defenses have been very good tonight. Buckeyes go back to that I formation. And the ball goes back to Noah Arnold, who will get some positive yardage there. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 8 for the Buckeyes.
Arnold, the ball carrier.
And as we approach a minute to play here in the game,
3rd down.
Sullivan stays in at quarterback with Cunningham and Arnold in the backfield. Elliott lines up out wide to the left. And they will go back to this I formation. Snap, Arnold with the carry, and is tackled by about 4 Buckeyes into the backfield almost immediately. In on the tackle was Reed Fowler, a freshman linebacker for the Marauders. Love seeing some of these freshmen get in here late at the game, making some big plays.
Yeah, and a lot of the freshmen we have seen come in have made really impressive plays for their grade level. I mean, they look like just anybody else out there.
Buckeyes will have it 4th and 10 as we are approaching the end of the game. Play clock will expire. Buckeyes will take a timeout. We have 9 seconds to play.
Timeout on the field.
Buckeyes and Marauders will both go back to their sidelines, talk it over, as the Buckeyes are staring down a 4th and 10 with 9 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah, and just add another game to the list where Nelsonville has only allowed 1 touchdown. They have done such a good job. The only game where they allowed more than 1 was last week against Waterford.
Not only has the Buckeye defense been impressive, but this Marauder defense has been impressive as well, as they have gotten 3 takeaways on the night, 2 forced fumble recoveries. They forced 3 fumbles, got 2 of them, and also got an interception.
Yeah, that defense, although the final score doesn't look like it, they played their hearts out. They played incredible tonight, and it was just a very entertaining game for both teams.
The Buckeyes will move to 6-0 on the season, 2-0 in conference play. And the Marauders will go to 2-4 on the season, 2-1 in conference play.
Yeah, and I know it's still a little early to say this, but it very much seems like something special is brewing here for this Nelsonville team. 6 games into the season without a loss is just truly impressive. And
Sullivan throws the pass out wide. That was Levi Sneddon on the reception. He gets forced out of bounds by Tackett, the senior safety for the Marauders. Your Buckeyes return home next Friday as they take on Wellston. And the Marauders will travel up the road and take on the Athens Bulldogs. And we will get one more snap here by the Marauders as we have just under 5 seconds to play. And Nash Yates will just knee it out, and that is how the game will finish. Your Buckeyes will win 25-8. We will be right back with some post-game feedback.
Hello, I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
Welcome back to Farmers Bank Stadium. You're watching Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media Sports, presented by McFadden Insurance. Your Buckeyes get out of here with a win, 25-8. The Buckeye offense looked great tonight. The Marauder defense, even though the score doesn't show it, the Marauder defense showed up and played tough. They had 3 takeaways on the night. They forced 3 fumbles, only recovered 2, and had an interception. But this Buckeye offense was just too much as they put up 25 points and get the TVC Ohio victory.
Yeah, and at this point in the season, they have something. I said this before, but they have something special going here in this Buckeye team. And they have just been playing their hearts out on this field. They did get caught in a little bit of a rut towards the middle of the game, as we mentioned before. There was an option play that was used a lot. I mean, sure, it was to different sides of the fields every now and then, but they optioned between Sullivan and Gautier a lot, and it only worked once or twice. I in the future would maybe like to see either better execution or more diversity in the play calling so that the defense doesn't grow too aware of that play right off the bat. You know, that's one where you want to really fool them into thinking it's a quarterback keeper. So, I mean, Rusty Richards obviously knows more than me at coaching football. I'm sure he had reasons for what he did. And, I mean, they still won by a long shot. So
the Buckeye offense scoring multiple touchdowns tonight. Gautier ran one in and also threw a touchdown pass. Buckeye defense comes out strong, only allowing 1 touchdown tonight. Unfortunately for the Meigs Marauders, their starting quarterback, Gunnar Cleveland, did go down with an injury in the second quarter. His replacement for the game was Nash Yates, and Nash did a great job at the quarterback position. He had multiple runs. He had some good passing plays. He really stepped up for that Marauder team in that backup quarterback position. But the Buckeye defense, too much for the Marauder offense as your Buckeyes came out on top 25-8. Next week, we will be back home at Boston Field where your Buckeyes will take on Wellston. For my colleague, Noah Lovely, I am Ethan Reagan. We want to say thank you to everybody that helped make this stream possible. You have been watching Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media Sports presented by McFadden Insurance. Before we go, we want to give a shout out to all of the sponsors that help make this stream possible. The Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Nick Station, Airclaw Heating and Cooling, Farmers Bank, McFadden Insurance, Tri-County Career Center, Cajun Island at the Bridge, which will be opening in late November, First National Bank, the Gem Sports Bar, Hocking Valley Motors, and the Lodge at Hocking College. You have been watching Nelsonville-York football live on Total Media, presented by McFadden Insurance.
Thank you for watching Nelson.